Uh, Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this app speed dating event. My name is Dan Cockerton. I'm one of the directors at the Digital Accountancy Show. Some of you may have heard me just kind of going into a bit as to why we've done this. I managed to somehow start the broadcast live at about 11:45. So any early birds who came in early kind of got a glimpse into the behind the scenes coverage, which wasn't too exciting. So you didn't miss too much. In terms of how today is going to run, I can just move on to the next slide somehow. So just a quick one from me. We are launching a new event, a digital event series from the 12th to the 16th of October. We're launching Digital Accountancy Week, which will encompass 5 small summits from the Monday to the Friday. The Top 100 Tech Summit is a technology conference aimed at larger size accountancy firms. We're running Advisory Live, which is for firms who want to set up, market, sell, and ultimately deliver more business support and advisory services. We're running the Small Firms Festival that will focus on technology to scale your small firm, well-being, and also leveraging social media and digital marketing. The App Advisory Summit we're launching in partnership with Matt Flanagan at Appicus, to talk about how to successfully deliver app and technology advice to your clients. And the Digital Transformation Forum, which is for small, medium, large size accountancy firms who are going through a period of transformation or change. And we're going to be looking at successful strategies and projects to help you deliver that change. As we all know, it's not just about switching the software. There's people involved, personalities, and we've got some really interesting speakers lined up for that event. Not just what we're looking at doing with the Transformation Forum is looking outside of the accountancy profession. So I've got calls this week from people with Jaguar Land Rover who are talking about how they've digitally transformed their business over the last 10 years, and some other kind of FTSE 100, FTSE 250 companies as well. So should be a really good week. So just to give you a quick overview to the agenda. So I briefly explained why for those that were earlier, slightly earlier to the session, but ultimately just to kind of summarize that, in my time working at XERO, it became very apparent that trying to manage and understand the app ecosystem can sometimes be a bit overwhelming. I left my role at XERO in February last year to set up the Digital Accountancy Show. And a large part of what we want to do is educate people on the new technology, the apps, the software that's available that can help you grow your practice, generate more revenue, and support your clients like never before as well. In terms of how the format is going to run today, you are going to hear 10 7-minute pitches or presentations from Soldo, AccountancyManager, Receipt Bank, ApprovalMax, Float, Chaser, Soldo, Fathom, Silverfin and Capitalise. I'm really excited. I get really great feedback from these apps from accountants that I speak to on a daily basis. So I'm really looking forward to these presentations. We're then going to run a poll towards the end of the session. So if you'd like to hear from any of the apps that are featured in today's session, then just click that button and we'll make sure the guys reach out to you, and then we'll swiftly close everything down. So without further ado, I will ask Mr. Lee Stallard from Soldo to share his screen and kick things off, if that would be okay, Lee.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you see that okay, Dan?
Yep, I can see your screen, Lee. Just to make everybody on the call aware, I do have a 3-minute and a 1-minute warning card just to make sure that everybody keeps on track. So Lee, over to you.
Brilliant, thank you. Cheers, Dan. So morning, everybody. This is your first experience of speed dating, then you're not alone. It's mine as well, but hopefully it'll go pretty well. So I'm Lee Stallard. I am Partner Account Manager at Soldo. And the first question we need to cover off, obviously, is what exactly is Soldo, for those of you that haven't heard of us. Soldo is a multi-user spend management platform. And what that means, because it sounds pretty jargony, is that multi-user refers to the fact that most financial products are built for one client or one user in mind. So you have a bank account and credit card, one person who can use that. We solve that with some of the things that we'll look at in a minute. And it also means there's no credit checks required if you need to give anybody access to funds. The spends management infrastructure means that it gives small businesses more control and vision over what is actually leaving the business in terms of cash. And of course, we have no contracts or minimum deposits with Soldo as well, so it's nice and flexible. What we're going to look at in the next 6 minutes is how exactly we meet our mission of helping businesses spend smarter by covering a couple of areas of things that Soldo can do pretty quickly to help you make life better for clients. So there's a bunch of things that we can do. Obviously, we've only got a chance to look at these 5. So we'll dive into the product and show you what that looks like now. So the first thing that we're going to look at is how do we start to improve cash flow? And we can do that by starting to segregate the cash that we've got available and putting it into different pots so that it can be spent wisely. And we do that in 2 ways in Soldo. Firstly, we have company level wallets. So if I come into here, we can see that we've got these different wallets available here. I can click into one, and these actually work as individual bank accounts. You'll see that there's a sort code and account number for each. We top them up through a faster payments or a BACS payment. Or we can also top them up by getting funding from NatWest Rapid Cash or ESME loans as well if you need a credit facility in there. What we can then do, if we come down to the user wallet level, this is where we start distributing funds to individuals for them to spend. So like a credit limit, they've got a pot of money in there that they can use, and we can either transfer money to them manually, we can set a notification when they get to a low amount left, or we can send an automatic transfer either when their balance gets to a particular amount or on a periodic basis. So we can make sure everybody's topped up and they've got the funds that they need, and of course don't have more than they need. Next that we can look at is starting to get rid of petty cash. Now, of course, if everybody's got their own card and a small budget on there to use, the reliance on a petty cash tin starts to become a little bit lower. But what we could also do is set up a user in here for petty cash. We have the ability to create what's called non-nominative cards. So you have a card that sits there for a department or a specific function, and then it can be used by that department and shared around across lots of people. Whichever method you use, whether it's for an individual or for a group, you can have all of the spend controls available on here as well. So if I click into my card, you can see that obviously I've got all the standard things like locking the card and all that sort of stuff, but I can choose how the card is used, whether it's used in certain countries, whether it's used for certain spend categories as well. So we pull in MasterCard's credit merchant information, and we can start to choose how the card can be used. So I might want to turn it off for gambling, for example, which is turned off by default here. Also, I can set monthly, weekly, and daily limits or a maximum per transaction, which again lends itself well to controlling individual spend or controlling a shared card like petty cash. Now, of course, we can expand that use case out beyond just petty cash and individuals. As I said, we can have users and individual wallets as well. So if we come to configure and then users, it's as simple as hitting add a user, and we can create a new wallet or a pot of money that we can store in here. And of course, we don't charge per user, we charge per cards that are used. So you can create any number of wallets and it doesn't cost you any money. One of the other things we talked about that we can help with is the assistance with capturing receipts. So even with great tools like Receipt Bank and other apps like that, we know that people still lose their receipts and still don't quite get them in on time, which can cause a big headache for anybody that needs to pick that up and deal with it. And there's a couple of ways that we deal with that in Soldo. Firstly, and most importantly, we end up with, thank you, Dan. We get a notification as soon as the card is used, pops up on the client's screen. And they tap that, they're taken straight into the camera in their phone app, and they can take a picture of the receipt literally when it's in their hands. It happens within a couple of seconds of the transaction going through. It can also come into their accounts. If we go to manage users, go to my account in here, look at my activity for 2019, all of 2019. I can start to add transactions next to the document in there as well. My Wi-Fi is going a little bit slow. It's not going to load, so I'll move on because I'm short for time. But we can attach metadata, transactions, etc., to that transaction and push it across into XERO when we need to. Beyond that, though, of course, because not everybody plays ball, we can create automatic reminders to give people a gentle nudge whenever they've forgotten to add certain transactions to their, certain details to their transaction. We can send automatic reminders to say, look, you've forgotten your receipt. Can you upload it, please? Finally, we integrate with XERO, so we can integrate with XERO, QuickBooks, and NetSuite, and so we can automatically push that information across into those systems to make sure you've got very up-to-date, almost real-time information about what the client is spending, and that lends itself very well to starting to have more conversations with clients about how they're spending and how they're managing that flow of cash. Of course, managing the money going out is the only thing as part of the cash flow cycle that the client has complete control over, and there's a ton of advice that you can give there to the client about how they're spending, checking on certain budgets, and you could even go to the extent of saying, look, you tend to overspend on this area in your accounts when you're looking at budget comparisons, and then coming into Soldo and creating a specific wallet or or department for that to make sure you're proactively managing that spend and making sure that money isn't moving its way out when it shouldn't be. So that is the 5 quick things that we can help you with right now. What next? If you're interested in any of those things, go to soldo.com/partner. If you're interested in learning a bit more about how we work with accounting firms. Of course, you've got the poll later on, so please do add us into that to get some more information from us. And we'll also be running a more full introduction to Soldo next week on the 6th of August at 1:30, and I believe a link to that will be following up after the session in a few minutes. Any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or LinkedIn. I have been Lee Stallard. Thank you very much for my 7 minutes, and enjoy the rest of the session.
Lee Stallard, well done. What an opening pitch. Really well delivered, mate. So next to the session is Marcus Bellis from AccountancyManager. Hi, Marcus.
Hi there, Dan.
We can see your screen. Over to you.
Perfect. So my name is Marcus and I'm head of sales here at Accountancy Management Practice Management Software. So I'm super excited to give you a real whistle-stop tour of what's possible in AM. But let's start with how we actually came to be. So James Byrne, our CEO, was the son of a senior district HMRC tax inspector turned accountant and began working for his father in practice in 2010. Young and impatient, he quickly became frustrated at taking on mundane, time-consuming tasks, manually updating these, chasing clients for missing records, UTR, companies' house authorization codes, etc. The list seemed endless. Spending his valuable time on non-billable work when he could be spending more time generating invoices, or even better, spending time with his family. So he figured there had to be a better way, and that's where Accountancy Manager was born. So Accountancy Manager, we're a multi-award-winning cloud-based practice management software designed by accountants, not software people. So we're trusted by thousands of practices across the UK, and AM automates all your admin from onboarding and invoicing to internal time management and chasing clients. And the key benefits of coming with Accountancy Manager are the easy onboarding, automated chasing, and we are accountant focused. So I'm going to give you a quick 5-minute video of what Accountancy Manager can do. Hold on to your hats because there's a lot to take in. So back up. Apologies. So you've bagged yourself a new client, a new limited company you want to bring on board. Getting it on board couldn't be simpler. Choose your company, autofills from company's house. Choose your directors from within that, and there they are. They're in Accountancy Manager straight away. Company details, and then director details. Due dates get pulled through automatically, so there's your accounts and returns details and your confirmation. It's all done. So what services are you going to provide? So you just click, put in a price, click, put in a price, and then you can assign it to a colleague, or if there's just you, assign it to yourself. Simple. Now you can start your onboarding workflow. Tick your subtasks. When you've done them, can complete them quickly and easily. Sending a proposal from within Accountancy Manager couldn't be more simple. Just click the button. Who you want to send it to, what you want to show, send. So this is what your client sees. Proposal email arrives, looks good, time to register. Click to e-sign, you're done. Time to set up your online portal, password in, sorted. Now all the account info that your accountant needs, you put in there, UTRs, CH code, your personal data, even your last accountant. All done. And now I'm registered. Now back with your accountant's hat on. Who's ringing my little bell? Well, that'll be my new client. They've signed their terms of engagement. Let's just see what they've updated. There we go. Everything I asked for looks good to me. Want to do AML checks within Accountancy Manager? Not a problem. Fill in your data, choose what you want to do, as in AML or AML and credit check, and it's done. Self-generating task lists. So what's my focus going to be for today? I think I'm going to choose accounts, my 30-day deadlines. I can see down here that my new company is there, and it's telling me what's missing, just with my little icon there. Click to say that it's all sorted, and then it moves to the top of my list as in records received. Client timelines. So let's send a text message. Simple enough. Use my automated and then come through, and I can see that it's in my timeline straight away. So I can also see changes, emails, log time, notes and documents, all of which can be filtered, or just search in a jiffy, it's done. Automating your admin, you're in control of what you automate. Click it on, click it off, click everything, or just click some things. And you can do that globally, or you can do it at client level, you choose. Missing any client details? Simple. When you register them on the portal, remind them of what you need, and it's done. What about requesting your 64/8s? You can do that from Accountancy Manager too. So you've got your corporation tax, PAYE, CIS, click submit, and it's requested. Fee projections. You can do it annually, you can do it monthly, you can do it by person, by service, or even just by client. It's all at your fingertips. Time tracking. You can track call time, meeting time, or just your work time. But more important, who's logging time and who's not, with a live view. Communicating within your team. You can do that with AM2. You choose who, you choose when, and you choose whether to notify yourself or not. And then you choose send, and it's done. One-click filtering. Simple within Accountancy Manager. Just click private company, and there they all are, done. Mass emailing, even more simple. Email all, done. Invoicing. Choose what's in.
1 minute, Marcus.
No problem, Dan. Choose what's out. Generate. Done. E-signing. Choose your document. Choose whether you want a signature, and that's done too. Custom forms. Decide what you want your way. Create your question. Create your response type. Click on add, and it's saved for when you need it. There we go. All saved. So, Accountancy Manager, truly out-of-the-box CRM system for accountants, all the fields you require, pre-populated templates for all communication automation, and it's fully GDPR compliant. So you make it the beating heart of your practice. More time, less stress, a better way. Special offer for people we hear, £29 plus VAT for the next 12 months, plus further discounts for annual subscriptions. And join our CEO, James Byrne, for a full demonstration on Wednesday, the 12th of August. There'll be a registration details to follow soon.
Well done, Marcus. Brilliant. Yeah, like Marcus says, we are running a full demo with Accountancy Manager on the 12th of August. So some emails will go out regarding that shortly. Well done, Marcus. That was really great. Anybody looking at practice management, cloud-based practice management software, definitely have a look at the guys over at Accountancy Manager. So next up is Mr. Mark McNee from Receipt Bank. Hi, Mark. The floor is yours, buddy.
Okay, I hope everybody can see my screen. This is going to be doubly difficult for everybody. Not only are you going to have to understand the Glaswegian, you're going to have to understand the Glaswegian speaking extremely quickly, because I'm not only going through Receipt Bank today. Receipt Bank Group has made a recent acquisition of Xavier, so I'm going to try and do 2 in 1. But before I get into the technology, as I said, my name is Mark. I'm the BDM for Receipt Bank Group. I'm a dad of 6-year-old identical twin boys. I play golf, I like to go to the gym, and because I'm based in Scotland, I still miss things like going to restaurants, pubs and barbers. Why is that important? Well, we know the technology at Receipt Bank just works. That's not arrogance. We're trusted by the likes of BDO, Mazars, Moore Kingston Smith, Sagars, UHY, Baldwin's, Cogito. We know our software works as we're an indispensable part of many forward-thinking accountants' toolkit. Why is it important to know the people? Well, technology is not always perfect. So if you know who you're speaking with, who you're dealing with, and you've got someone you can call that you can get you back on track, that's more important. So from a self-confessed geek, people are still more important than technology. That being said, technology is still pretty cool. So on to my first slide. What are we trying to achieve at Receipt Bank? We believe in providing accountants with the right tools, and with the right tools we can help make all small businesses better. The best way for you to get all of your paperwork in one place, sort it, categorize it, get it ready for reconciliation in a fraction of the time. Our most advanced users are saving about 50% of the time that they had done reconciliation jobs with manually. So enough of the words, let's take a look at it in action. Hopefully you can hear this.
Receipt Bank is the essential digital accounting platform to fetch all paperwork to one place and get your client's business financially fit. Never miss an invoice or receipt by connecting to thousands of suppliers, PayPal, and email to pull all the data you need into a single digital dashboard. Make sure you only pay the right amount of tax with tools to automatically set tax categories, codes, and currency conversions, and integrate with your choice of accounting system or export the data to your desktop software. Receipt Bank is saving over 400,000 businesses money. Isn't it time you tried us for free? Get access to key features, including accurate extraction and analysis of all your financial data, real-time accounting through a live connection to your business bank account.
All right, sorry that cut off a little quickly there. Just to kind of reiterate, accurate extraction, supplier rules, paperwork matching, requesting paperwork, smart items, smart split, all of these things are designed to save you and your bookkeeping team far more time. And they're so easy to use. We have clients that have set up their kids during the lockdown period to photograph all of their paperwork and actually send it into their accountant. So no more paper chasing, and it's that simple that a child can use it. So next up, there is a full unlimited trial for Receipt Bank at the moment. I have put in a calendar link, so if you want to discuss that, feel free to arrange an appointment with me. Next up is Xavier. You may have heard a lot of the buzz in the industry around Xavier. There is a lot to go into. This is a really in-depth tool, but I'm going to try and go through it quickly. It is a data validation tool, at the moment only built for XERO users, but we are expanding into QuickBooks and other general ledgers in the coming months. It is designed for cleaning up all of your data. Any of the old adage of garbage in, garbage out means that accountants can't trust the data that they've got coming in from their clients. Well, Xavier sorts those problems, from duplicate transactions to multi-coded contacts, activity insights, and a health score, meaning that you can keep a holistic view of what's going on with your clients. So I'm going to do a quick video for this too.
Hi there, welcome to our short introduction to Xavier Analytics. Xavier is designed to detect issues that can save you time and money when working with Xero data. Xavier's checks are used to create a health score that provides an overview of the health of your Xero clients. The client dashboard shows a selection of these checks, which you can then drill into for more detail. You can then export these checks to Excel or PDF to share with your clients. Our alert system prioritizes data errors which can arise from everyday mistakes and inconsistencies which might otherwise be missed. One example is our multi-coded contacts check, which detects account and tax coding inconsistencies that you can then review or dismiss. Using Focus, Xavier's checks can be compiled into workflows, so you can easily integrate them into your practice processes. These checks can then be reviewed on a regular basis by your team and checked off when complete. You can then share them with your clients. You can create your own Xavier Flow templates to suit your practice tasks, including custom checks, which you can create yourself for tasks outside of Xavier. Simply select a client and a team member and assign them to a Xavier flow. You can then set the date range and any parameters for the Xavier checks, and also assign a reviewer for the flow. When completing a flow, your team can also make comments and any closing remarks. Once a flow has been completed, Xavier stores a history of all the work that has been done, including any changes in health score, so you can always check back during the next filing period for any notes or issues.
So that's a quick introduction of Xavier. Again, I'm not going to be able to do it justice, trying to split Receipt Bank and Xavier into one 7-minute slot, but it is the missing part of the ecosystem. So if you want to give it a go, again, we have a 30-day free unlimited trial that is on at the moment, and my calendar link is in the chat. So if you do want to give it a go, whether it's Receipt Bank or Xavier or both, please feel free to get in touch.
Well done, Mark. For a fast-talking Glaswegian, that was really good. The one thing that I would say about a couple of those products, Receipt Bank is something that if people aren't using, please reach out to the guys at Receipt Bank. I've been speaking to a couple of accountants this week where they tried it and kind of ditched it fairly quickly. With Receipt Bank, you've got to give it kind of 6 to 8 weeks to really get used to where you're coding things to. Once you've done that over a small period of time, it begins to kind of pay for itself in massive dividends. So make sure you do that Receipt Bank. And Xavier, not really surprised that they got snapped up. The traction they were getting in the market was pretty enormous. So make sure you speak to Mark too about looking at Xavier in a bit more depth, because the feedback we get from that is, yeah, really, really good. So thanks again for that, Mark. Really good. Next up, Mr. Larinus Gadikis from ApprovalMax. Hi, Larinus.
Hi, guys.
The floor is yours. So please feel free to share your screen.
Fantastic, guys. Hello, and welcome to a Digital Accountancy Show. App speed dating session with ApprovalMax, XERO preferred app partner, most recently awarded app partner of the year status in UK and Ireland. My name is Larinus. I look after partner relationships in UK, Ireland, and South Africa. And in the upcoming 7 minutes, I will be your host to engage your thoughts about the best-in-class approval automation solution for accounts payable and accounts receivable with XERO. So I would like to start with a Spanish proverb. There are no roads. Roads are made by walking. ApprovalMax has walked a long way from joining XERO ecosystem back in 2016 to winning multiple awards for product excellence. We're thankful for multiple bookkeeping and accounting partners for 5-star reviews, recognizing our dedication to serving partners with digital accounting solutions. So what is the problem that ApprovalMax solves? It is the replacement of paper and email-based approval routing for all kinds of financial documents in XERO, including purchase orders, bills, credit notes, and sales invoices. And how does ApprovalMax achieve this? It is driven by best-in-class approval automation for multi-step or multi-tiered approval workflows, with notifications to approvers, ability to approve all kinds of documents from your phone and email notifications. Essential to ApprovalMax core capabilities is automatic audit trial with complete traceability of approval decisions and reporting. Once again, let's take a quick look at key workflows ApprovalMax provides. It is purchase order creation and approval. Purchase orders can be created on the go and assigned to personnel according to set approval rules. Bill review and approval. Bills created in XERO in awaiting approval status are automatically routed to assigned personnel for decision. The entire approval process is documented in digital audit trial, and digital audit trial together with an approved bill gets uploaded in XERO for ease of auditing. Sale invoice approval and credit note approval follow similar approval routing logic. The respective managers get notified only when the decision is required to approve, reject, or comment on a given financial document. ApprovalMax provides capabilities for bill to purchase order matching and budgeting for fully automated spend control solutions to your clients. You'll be excited to hear about the broad range of client profiles who immediately recognize ApprovalMax value proposition. ApprovalMax serves key industry segments, including hospitality, real estate, not-for-profits. Businesses with remote locations, compliance-driven clients, investor-led startups, and client segments with high purchasing volume all benefit using ApprovalMax for bill automation. The visual representation illustrates ApprovalMax workflow for end-to-end bill automation. ApprovalMax can work with any data capture technology. In the representative workflow, all unpaid bills in the waiting approval status are pulled from XERO and routed through the predetermined approval process. Upon approval completion, fully authorized unpaid bills are pushed to XERO in their waiting payment status. Purchase orders can be created both in the web and mobile interface. Purchase order automation serves great for clients in hospitality, construction, agriculture, and other verticals with high volume of purchasing. With ApprovalMax, purchase orders can be created, approved, and sent to suppliers, and finally matched to bills for complete financial control solution to your clients. So why to use ApprovalMax? The most common question we hear from partners is what partner and their client business challenge we solve. Well, in a nutshell, ApprovalMax totally replaced time-consuming and error-prone manual approval routing via paper or email. ApprovalMax also enables tracking of approval decisions with automated audit reports and provide mobile and remote capabilities to make an approval decision. And most importantly, ApprovalMax ensures that finance data is enriched with correct coding and payment status for cash flow forecasting. So why wait? Join ApprovalMax today as a partner and start providing digital solutions to our clients. Go to approvalmax.com/free to become ApprovalMax partner today. It's totally free and complimentary to do so. Thank you.
Laurinus, brilliant. You caught me by surprise. Couple of minutes left to go, which is good. Really well done. Explained ApprovalMax really well. I think it's fair to say that you guys are market leaders in this space in abundance. Anybody looking for this type of software on behalf of their clients, please make sure you reach out to Laurinus. Just to refresh, I've seen a few people coming late to the session. We will be running a poll at the end of the session. So if you'd like any of the guys to get in touch, or you'd like some more information from any of the guys on the call today, then just fill out that poll when we launch it towards the end. So up next, so well done, Laurinus, that was really good. Up next, we have Sam Fairbairn from Float. Over to you, Sam. Do you want to share your screen?
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Dan. Hi, everyone. I'm, as Dan said, I'm Sam from Float. I'm the account manager at Float. And today, I'd like to discuss the opportunity I feel you all have as accountants and finance professionals to really support and advise your clients with their cash flow over the next critical 12 months. Now, I know cash flow has been quite topical, but what do I actually mean? What is cash flow advice? And I think, firstly, it's the explanation and discussion of what has happened and what is expected to happen to the cash moving in and out of your client's business. So, for example, you might say to your client, since reopening with social distancing measures, you are currently 50% towards the sales target you set. Taking this into account, this early trend, asking your client, how realistic would it be to expect you to hit the sales target by the end of the month? But the real value in cash flow advice is in the interpretation of your client's cash movements and what it means for their specific business. Only then can you begin to explore with your client the options they may have. For example, let's say the client comes back to say that I think we can only achieve 75% of the sales target I've set. Then you might be able to say, well, if you miss that target, we may need to consider reducing staff costs. Here's how I propose you take advantage of the flexi furlough scheme, but given that furlough support is due to end in October, we may need to consider redundancies as an option. But the end of furlough is just one of many reasons why delivering cash flow advice is so important to your clients right now. Over the next 12 months, UK small businesses are likely to face a series of compounding challenges, all of which could have a major impact on their viability going forward. To start, the social distancing measures, which look set to stay, will likely lead to a significant and sustained reduction in trading for a number of industries, not just those that have been hardest hit, like hospitality and construction. And with reduced trading coming in the lead up to October, that could lead several businesses to consider redundancies as their only option to ensure they can continue trading into the Christmas and winter period. And as we move into the new year, we then approach the deadline in March 2021 for the VAT deferral repayments or payments. And before we know it, we'll be into July where the repayments for the C-bills and bounce back loans kick in as well. So as Graham Tinnock, a Folk Partner and Digital Accountancy Award nominee, said to me the other day, there's never been a more uncertain time for small businesses. And so by delivering cash flow advice, you can actively translate how these events will impact your client's cash flow and consequently empower them to take the necessary steps to protect themselves and ensure that their business remains viable through such an uncertain and challenging time. And as you're solving such significant pain points for your clients, you'll become their trusted mentor, their support mechanism through this period. And it's that advisor-mentor relationship that Alistair McGill, co-founder of Ashley McGill and a Folk Partner, said to me that is the sticky revenue stream. So the question now becomes how? How do I offer cash flow advice or support my clients? What does that actually look like? And while I will delve into Folk in a moment to answer or to begin to answer these questions, I'd like to point out a key prerequisite to delivering valuable and effective cash flow support: good quality data. Leveraging tools like Receipt Bank, Xavier Analytics, HubDoc will enable you and your client to react quicker to the challenges the next 12 months are going to present. And because you won't have to spend that time bringing their XERO, QuickBooks Online, free agent account up to date. So let's dive into Folk, shall we? So I have very creatively set up a demonstration of what the next 12 months could look like for a business. Now, let's say that I own a business and I've named it very creatively Sam's Stacked Sandwiches. And let's say that this is right in the heart of Edinburgh. And over the years, I've been able to build up quite a good revenue stream, but also quite a good number of staff as well. But now, having reopened, the social distancing measures have significantly impacted my sandwich sales, and they're about a third of what I'd usually expect in a pre-COVID week. Now, at the moment, as you can see, I set up the base with certain sales figures here. But I want to know, as you know, my client wants to know, what would happen if I bring back staff part-time using the flexi furlough scheme. And I can model that in here as well with various scenarios within Float. As you can see here, that would change the amount I'd be able to receive for the job retention scheme, and that would significantly change my runway. As you can see, it's dropped down to the 11th of October, as opposed to the 17th of December. Now, considering that, what I may need to do is look at alternative options to help me ensure that I can bring back staff part-time, but then also ensure that my business is going to be viable as well. So what businesses have pivoted in this time? I could start doing, for example, Deliveroo as a main way to sell my sandwiches, or I could draw down on the bounce back loan, as you can see here. And that's one of the key things that you can do to provide effective and valuable cash flow advice to your clients, is you can look at these multiple scenarios over a given period and say, okay, well, which one works best? Which one do we want to take? What's the option that you have? And so I think that is what I mean when I say over the next 12 months, the advice is going to be critical. So please do leverage tools to help your clients through that period. And just to let everyone know, we do have our partner program. You get an extended free trial for yourself, for your firm as well, to test Float out, and then discounted pricing depending on the clients that you add to, and a resource hub that we're continuously adding as we learn more and more about how to deliver effective cash flow forecasting. I believe that's me, Dan. So thank you very much, everyone.
Good man, Sam. Well done. Really good presentation. Cash flow forecasting being extremely important, I suppose popular amongst accountancy firms, and now looking to roll it out to kind of wider client bases. With kind of CBILS loans coming in and repayments due next year, we want to make sure that our clients are on top of their cash positions and know what's coming in and out of the business. So if they're successful, it makes us more successful. So well done, Sam. That was really good. I'm going to pass over now to Alice Hickey from Chaser. Hi, Alice.
Hi. Just get my presentation up. So good afternoon, everyone. My name's Alice Hickey, as Dan said, and I work with our partners over at Chaser. So I'll start by just taking you through what we'll briefly cover in 7 minutes. So first, I'm just going to tell you what Chaser is, and then we'll just quickly run through the late payment problem, how it's affecting your clients and some kind of key statistics, how Chaser helps you solve that problem and can help your clients to solve that problem. And then I'll just take you over to the product for a quick demonstration and run you through the key benefits of joining our partner program. So just to kick off, Chaser is the market leader in cloud credit control software, and we provide a platform that enables a company to intelligently manage their credit control function whilst automating the invoice chasing process, all without losing the human touch. And we integrate with leading accounting softwares to do this. We've been around since 2014, and that's given us plenty of time to learn from our users and incorporate these learnings into the product. And we were founded by a qualified accountant and finance director, and he's the perfect use case for Chaser, as the product was born from his own frustrations with how manual credit control was as a process. And we're also backed by some of the leading tech-focused venture capitalists. But just to run you through the late payment problem and how it affects clients, this is a widespread and crippling problem for SMEs. In the UK alone, £225 billion is owed to SMEs in late payments. And since the outbreak of the coronavirus, around 70% of invoices are now being paid late. This obviously has huge consequences for a business. I'm sure you know many of them yourselves, but it stifles job creation, it slows down growth, and in the worst cases, it can even lead to insolvency. And additionally, it's hugely inefficient. Around 336 hours per year are spent on credit control by the average SME. And this is time that could be far better invested in profitable areas of their business functions. So if you join the credit control revolution with Chaser, you'll be able to offer your clients access to some amazing results. So just to give you a brief run through of what kind of results you can expect, our average user gets paid 16 days sooner, and this results in a cash flow boost of about £4,500 for every £100,000 of turnover. And our data also shows that about 80% of invoices will be paid using our chasing software alone. And this means that our users save about 7.3 hours a week on credit control. We've also recently launched Chaser Collections, a considerate debt recovery service for SMEs. Our in-house team are respectful of customer relationships, and the service is also incredibly easy to use, as invoices can be escalated from within the Chaser platform. And we also operate a completely fair and transparent no-win, no-fee pricing structure. We picked up quite a few awards and reviews, which we're extremely proud of. We see them as testament to the great results we've been providing. Just a couple of highlights of these. We have perfect 5-star ratings across all our reviews, and we were crowned Cloud App of the Year 3 years running at the Accounting Web Excellence Awards. But just to take you over to the platform now, I'll show you some of our key features in action. So at Chaser, we know that for automation to be effective, it has to feel and look like it was manually typed. And that's why our templates have intelligent placeholders, which populate with customer and invoice information straight from the client's accounting software. You can also attach invoice PDFs and customer statements to ensure that the customer has everything they need to be able to pay. If there are multiple overdue invoices for the same customer, Chaser will group these automatically into a single email, just like you would if you were typing it yourself. Our schedules allow you to treat different types of payer differently, and they're split up into 3 sections to represent the invoice chasing process. As the invoice becomes increasingly overdue, the tone of the emails automatically escalates. And when that invoice is paid, Chaser will send a personalized thanks for paying message to help our users bolster their customer relationships. Chasers are sent from your exact business email address, and replies land in your inbox, so you can carry on the conversation as normal. And chase timings allow you to decide when your emails go out, so you never trigger the red flag of automation of sending emails at the weekend. Our CRM tool allows our users full visibility over the credit control process by logging all chasing emails, as well as replies, responses, and any notes that have been added, so the whole team has visibility. And our collections tab can be used to monitor those more problematic invoices. And if an invoice does require our in-house collections agents, it's as simple as clicking to collect to escalate it to them. You can then monitor the progress from the In Progress tab, where they'll keep you up to speed. To quickly run through the benefits of becoming a Chaser partner, you can add additional revenue streams, either by offering outsourced credit control powered by Chaser, or by adding a margin to the preferential pricing rates you get on client licenses. You can improve client relationships by implementing a stellar credit control system, and this in turn will lead to increased client referrals. I caught up with one of our partners last week actually over at Northern Accountants to ask what the main benefits he saw were of becoming a Chaser partner. And he said that hands down, it was the client referrals that really made it beneficial for their firm. He kept getting new clients in because his clients had told their contacts about the great credit control system they had in place. And as Phil said, it's the same knock-on effect continuously. So if you'd like to explore how you can achieve similar results, you can email us at partner@chaserhq.com. And if you select to receive the follow-up from us in the poll, you'll be invited to book a meeting with either myself or someone else from the Partner Success team. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you all have a great afternoon. I'd love to speak to some of you soon.
Well done, Alice. That was really good. I think there's some huge benefits to working with Chaser. Clients, kind of one part of it, and helping them with their credit control and helping them get cash in the door, and ultimately for ourselves. As accountancy practices, we tend to have a fairly big kind of debtor books. Get Chaser in the practice, get Chaser kind of chasing those invoices for you. I think in the next 6 months, we're going to see a huge boom in virtual credit control services. I think I've spoken to a couple of accountants in the last couple of weeks, and who are just beginning to put the motions in place to begin to offer this type of service to clients, because it's so invaluable helping them get money in the door. So well done, Alice. That was really great. Thank you so much. Next on the app speed dating session, we have Mr. Stephen Burgess from MyWorkpapers. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Dan. I'll just share my screen with everybody. Can you let me know if that's coming up?
Yep, sure. Yep, we got it, Stephen.
Perfect, fantastic. So hi everybody. So my name's Stephen Burgess, and I head up the sales team here in the UK for MyWorkpapers. Now, for anybody that hasn't heard of MyWorkpapers before, so essentially we're a auditing and work paper platform born in the cloud, so it's all cloud-based for you to complete all of your work on. So that's whether it's audit work, whether it's year-end general accounts, management accounts, or even personal tax. We're the complete platform to complete all of that work. Now, I'm going to just jump straight into the product. It speaks for itself, and we're going to focus on really 3 areas today. The first one being access and visibility, which, given the current climate, has been one of the biggest selling points of our platform over the past 4 or 5 months. Being cloud-based, you can access our application from anywhere, whether you're home-based, whether you are working 1 or 2 days in the office as people are starting to go back. But it's really important. And given the nature of work papers, a lot of work papers and even auditing work papers have all been completed, even up until now, in terms of paper files, binders being stored in the office. And obviously there's quite a physical issue there going on with the current pandemic of being able to work on those jobs. So being an online platform, you've got access to your data from anywhere. The second thing that I want to point out is we also don't charge for the number of users. It's a collaborative product. Every single one of your staff members that needs to access our platform should be able to, and they'll have access to do that. So that sorts out the access, that sorts out getting everybody the data, but we also need to really focus on visibility as well. So one of the key problems that firms have had is, how do we manage our staff? How do we make sure they've got the tools that they need while we're not there day in and day out, sat next to them in the office and things like that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is visibility. So I'm going to pop into one of my files. Now, what you're seeing at the minute, this is just our dashboard. So every user has this, and this is just a quick snapshot of all the files that you're working on. But if I pop into this one here, link hotels, we can see that this is an audit file for this year end. And a lot of you may recognize this methodology. It's all Mercier based, but we can see that straight away we've got access to view how complete these files are. We can start to see these progress bars are completing. We've got completion stats on the left-hand side. And also, if we expand each section out, you can see there we've got work papers that need to be completed and work papers that have. So we've got full visibility over the work that's being completed as we continue these jobs. We can also change the statuses of these files. So as we're going through, we can determine, where each job is at, and there's other ways of reporting on that, which I'll show you in a second. So as an example, let's imagine that we've completed this job and it's ready to be reviewed by your partner who's sat in their home down the road. We can simply change this to ready for partner review and notify them with a message if we needed to. And they'll be notified straight away that this is now ready for them to complete their job. Now, that's great in terms of notification, but actually, how do we make sure we've got the workflow down for our staff? So again, as I mentioned, a real challenging thing in this time has been, how do we manage junior members of staff? How do we make sure that they've got everything that they need to get going? We've got a tool called the workflow diagram. Now, the workflow diagram is your opportunity to give guidance to staff members of how you want these jobs completing. So we can see here, we'll go, step number 1 is to do the appointment, then go into planning, then go into the interim visit, etc. And they'll be kicking off when they've completed these jobs. So again, another area where you can track work in progress, how complete the job has been, but it's giving your staff guidance of how you want these jobs to be done. That means that you're standardizing the work that you're doing and you're creating a baseline for you to make improvements on. So if everyone's working different ways, it's very difficult to improve processes, create efficiencies. This will allow you to do that because everyone's working the same way. The last tool around that I want to quickly show you is visibility on the Workflow Manager. So the Workflow Manager essentially gives you a full list of all of your clients and allows you to see the progress of these clients. You can see their statuses, which we showed you earlier, and we can see you've got deadlines there as well. So if you wanted, you could do a search for show me all the deadlines that we've got due in the next 3 months as an example, and you'll be able to pull up that list. The second thing that I want to focus on really is content. So we actually provide full Mercier content from Mercier, obviously. So all of their audit content, all of their year-end general accounts content, and we also provide content for personal tax and year-end. At the top below, you can see an area for firm templates. So even if you didn't want to use our standard content, you can customize this for yourself, cut down those templates, or even build up templates from scratch yourself. And that will obviously go in there as a firm template. And that, again, means that you're standardizing the work that you're doing for your clients, and you're making sure that you've got everything that you need to get going. Now, the last thing that I really want to briefly talk about is time savings. So effectively, anybody that comes to us, and on average, when we speak to our clients, they're saving around 2 hours of time per job. So every audit, every year end, obviously depending on where that software is or what software they've been using before, they're saving about 2 hours of time. So if you've got 500 clients, you're saving 1,000 hours of time within our software. And that's done by a number of different ways. First of all, moving from, if you are paper-based into digital, huge savings there. You're also saving a lot of space in the office, paper files and things like that. But essentially, a lot of that time is saved where we do what's called a roll forward on the file. So once all the information is in a file, you've completed it for year one, essentially for year two, we can then go through and we can roll forward that file. So I'm just going to roll forward that client that I had there for Link Hotels, and we want to get it ready for next year. So when I click next, that's then going to show me all of the different work papers that I've got, that I've gone through and completed for year one. And I'm just going to decide to move everything over into next year. Thank you, Dan. And when I click next, what you'll see is it's going to do one more quick check. But essentially, that's the place where you can choose exactly what you do or do not want to move over. And when we click import, that takes us through to our year two file. So there we go, June 2021, and then we get started again for this year. So in terms of time savings, year one, we get everything set up. Year two, it can take 30 or seconds just to create that job for year two. And essentially, that's where a lot of firms are spending at least half an hour up to 2 hours of time per job every single year. So obviously, very, very quick whistle stop tour. We are a very large project, and you can customize it throughout. But if you want to find out a little bit more information about us, do click that polling button, and we will contact you directly, and we'll be able to provide you with a demonstration from there. Back over to you, Dan.
Stephen, well done, buddy. Really good overview into MyWorkpapers. Yeah, just the time savings. Once you get into year 2, 3 onwards, the time savings are absolutely enormous, and just beats kind of spreadsheets and those big paper files, hands down. More collaboration with the team, huge time savings. So, big thank you to you, Stephen. Thanks for your time this morning. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really enjoying these kind of smaller formats and product overviews. I think these are working really well. So hopefully you'll feel the same. Next up, to raise it up a level, Mr. Anthony Gomez from Fathom. Hi, Anthony.
Oh, thanks for that, Dan. I'm just sharing my screen now. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. Right. Hello, everyone. I'm Anthony. I'm the head of implementation at Fathom. Thanks very much for watching this part of the speed dating. So before working at Fathom, I worked for 6 years in practice myself in a Big 4 firm. And for about 3 of those years, I was using Fathom on about 1,500 clients. So that's why I'm presenting to you today, to hopefully be able to shed a bit of light on how Fathom can help you in your practice and help you win more work and serve your current clients better. Only a 7-minute presentation, obviously. So if you do want sort of more, want to see the whole thing, then please do let us know and we'll give you a full demo. So what is Fathom? It's a business analysis and management reporting software. So you can create your management reports easily, push them out at scale, and also do some interactive analysis. You can connect companies from these data sources very quickly. It takes sort of less than a couple of minutes to connect up a company. And this is a great way of winning business. When I was using this in practice, we used to just connect up client files, show prospective clients, whether that advisory or other type of work, show them their numbers in Fathom and watch their eyes light up as you're able to bring out some insights they wouldn't have previously seen. Once they are connected, there's 2 main sides to Fathom. As I just mentioned, there's a sort of interactive side, which we're calling analysis, and we've got the reporting side. I'm going to dive first into a bit of analysis. Basically, everything that you see in analysis, which is this sort of interactive part, you can also put that into a management report, which is very easy to do. And towards the end of this, I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like in reports. So within the analysis function, there's lots of different tools here, as you can see on the left, and that's not even the extensive list. There's even more than that. Obviously not going to have time to go through them all today, but to give a bit of an overview, once you've connected up a client file, all of that financial information will pull through to Fathom. You can also bring in non-financial information as well. And with a few of these tools, you can sort of just look from a strictly financial perspective, but you can also create yourself a set of KPIs for each business. So here we can see a bit of a KPI dashboard categorized as we want. and those results are coming through from the software or from Excel or from wherever the source is, and including non-financial if we've got that too. If you've got budgets uploaded into your software, then they'll automatically pull through, or you can put in different budgets as targets here. You can do whatever you want. So you've always got some comparators, or you can just compare against prior periods as well if you want to. We can also do some benchmarking here. So one of the greatest benefits of Fathom is with scale. We'll have a bit more of a look at that in a second. But basically, once you've got some scale within Fathom, got quite a lot of companies that are sort of comparable, you can start to benchmark them against each other and really bring another level of insights that certainly would not be easy to do without sort of Fathom. As you can see here, we've got various KPIs pulling through current results and comparing against target. We can do some clever things like deep dive into the data, pull out some descriptions of what the KPIs mean, see some key metrics, how's that trending over time against target. And we've also put some alerts in here to let us know if any of our numbers are falling below a critical level. Again, just going to show one or two more of these analysis screens to give us sort of an idea of the type of way you can make your numbers come to life in Fathom. So these are the same KPIs we were just looking at on the previous screen. Obviously, green here is meaning that they're on target, red is that they're not. We've categorized them here, but this is all fully customizable, so you can use whatever categories you want. And we can also do some clever things like organize our KPIs by an importance that we either set ourselves because we know the client, or that we agree up with the client. And we can start to pick out which of those KPIs are the higher importance ones that we might need to give more urgent attention to. So here we can see, probably aptly, given the current circumstances, net cash flow is one that we should probably be looking at quite soon. There's also some quite cool sort of scenario planning and what if analysis that we can do in Fathom. So this goal seek tool here, we can select some sort of a goal that we want. So let's go to that net cash flow one we had. So we can see that current net cash flow is minus 65K. We can set a goal. I'll just leave it at 10. And then we can start to pull some levers and see how can we help clients improve their numbers. So let's say that we think it's easy enough to reduce receivables days by a bit because we are paying our suppliers early, and maybe we can improve our payables, sorry, other way around, improve our receivables days because we're not chasing up our debts, or increase our payables days because we're paying suppliers early. That gets us part of the way there. What else can we do to reach that goal of positive net cash flow of 10K? So that's just one of many of the sort of scenario planning and what if analyses we can do here. Again, just to touch a little bit more on benchmarking, here I've got all my clients connected to Fathom, organized with looking at revenue, but again, I can choose to look at any KPI or P&L or balance sheet metric. And I can also start to do some clever sorting here. I can sort them out by industry, have a look at what KPIs are relevant to each industry, pick out the lower performers in a particular industry and see if we can have some conversations there, spread some learnings across the board. I'm just going to touch on reports for a couple of minutes here now as well. So essentially with Fathom's management reports, we've got a whole suite of predefined reports that are there sitting on the shelf to be taken, and also some Excel ones as well if you want. But it's very easy also to customize reports, whether that be by starting from one of our predefined reports or from a blank, sort of a blank canvas. And what I'm going to do is Blue Peter and show you one I made earlier. So here is a suite of reports that I've published earlier. All of these reports can be viewed either online through Fathom, which gives you a bit more interactivity, or you can download any of them to PDF if you want to email them to clients, for example. And just to give a bit of an idea of the sort of thing you can pull into reports. So like I said, anything that we see in analysis can be brought through to reports. But on top of that, basically, as long as you've got data for it, you can turn it into lines, bars, graphs, numbers. These are sort of rule-based commentaries here. So if this, then give me this commentary with placeholder numbers. Bit more of this benchmarking analysis in here. Some cash flow analyses and a cash flow waterfall. So lots and lots we can do in here. And another very cool feature which makes sort of client interaction pretty streamlined and smooth, especially given that we're going to be having fewer face-to-face meetings for the foreseeable future. We can always comment on any of these parts of the report. So whether that be the accountant commenting to the client or the client commenting back or both, just making comments on different parts of the report. They get a notification when the comment's made. That makes that sort of two-way communication really easy and streamlined given the circumstances we find ourselves in. So I think that's basically my time up. Like I said, really just scratching the surface there with what's possible. So please do reach out for us for a full demo. We'd love to show you the whole thing. There's plenty more to see.
Well done, Anthony. Really, really good overview into Fathom. Thanks so much for your time this morning. For firms that want to take a serious move into this advisory space and put ourselves in a position to support our clients like never before, Fathom is a really good tool. Yeah, just diving into some of that stuff there, Anthony, yeah, it looks really good. So if anybody wants to reach out to Anthony, please do. I will hand over to Cameron John from Silverfin. Hi, Cameron.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
Very well, and yourself?
Yeah, I am good. I am good. I will share my screen and we'll get going on this. Okay. I am delighted to be with you today. Just confirm you can see my screen.
Yep, we've got you, Cameron.
Great. Okay. So Silverfin, my name is Cameron John. I represent Silverfin in the UK, and I am delighted to share with you an overview of the platform today. What I want to share with you is the basis of it, and then I'm going to go into the product. So it's an exciting platform, and Silverfin won a software innovation of the year in 2019. So excited to share that with you. To lay it out visually, we are a data aggregation platform. So we collect data from cloud bookkeeping packages, so XERO, QuickBooks, Sage Online, but also on-premise, so Sage 50, and you can also upload from other manual data sources. The data is then connected through an open API into our platform, and you're able to aggregate and get consistent data across all your client portfolio. From there, we're able to produce and support you in a consistent way to define your working processes for working papers, management reporting, accounts production, and corporation tax. And so it's an all-encompassing platform that then becomes your engine internally to drive new opportunities for your business. So we actually love working with a lot of the other apps that we've got on here, and I'll show you how we can drive greater use of those for creating more opportunities. So I'll just whiz over to our product now. So I am now in Silverfin, the product, and I'm looking at an individual company file. So this is an individual company. I come in and I have what's set out here, different workflows that encompass the projects that or the tasks that I'm doing for my clients. So you see in this client, I have working papers. I then have completion and planning checklists. So again, similar to my working papers, these are linked to Mercia, but I also have my stat accounts and my corporation tax. So the premise of Silverfin is that the data is aggregated once. It comes into a consistent data hub in a consistent chart of accounts, and then you reconcile it once, and then you can use it for all of your services within the firm. So it's great for collaboration and great for working across teams, but also to be far more efficient. So if I go into the working papers, I've now clicked into my area here, and I have a full list of my trial balance here with all my lead schedules in here. And I can segregate these, and we operate on a traffic light system of green means great, you've done this, red means there's still work to be done. And we can then track your progress across this file, and then I'll show you how we do that across all your files to be a workflow management process. So just to show you a couple of examples of our working papers as we build up the picture, I'm just going into prepayments to enable you to see what it looks like in the platform. And this is the same across all of our templates. So you have information here. I can always view my ledger. So what's unique about Silverfin is that we've brought in all of your information into the platform. So I always see my ledger. I have controls here. I have the area that I do my actual reconciliation. So in this case, it's my prepayments. I have the system prompting me the journal I'm going to post, and I can always see the prior year comparison. So for those that have worked in practice, you can see that it's a cloud version of your files that you would have had on your desk. What creates the kind of environment of the collaborating together is our ability to chat and to create to-do lists and checks on a line by line or a template level. And so that brings to life and allows us to collaborate, and what some of our customers or clients have really benefited from during lockdown is being able to collaborate on this platform. So all of our templates are the same for our working papers. I'll show you one more because it just enables us to see then the link through to the further options that we have. I've gone into my fixed asset register here. There's a lot of detail in here, and so we are able to bring all that through from your bookkeeping solution. But you can see here I also have links through to my corporation tax. So this really brings to life the premise of Silverfin, where the data is aggregated once, and then we reconcile it in our working papers. This reconciliation and information is then presented and taken through to our stat accounts. So disclosure of all my fixed assets in my stat accounts. But all of this information is also available for my corporation tax. And you can see linking through there to enable us to perform that information. And so awesome opportunity there to enable you to then share the information with your clients. We have reporting availability where all of that information, the balance sheet, your KPIs can always be shared with your clients. Lifting that up to then creating the engine to drive your business, we have an ability of data analytics across all of your client portfolio. So I'm now sitting at looking at what we describe as our insights level across all our portfolio. And in this case, I'm looking at the progress or the completion of corp tax, working papers, and accounts production across my portfolio. So it enables workflow and completion to be monitored by office, by partner, by manager, and so enables that workflow. But what's more exciting, I think, is how do we create opportunities? And this is where, for example, I can go to declining cash balances over the last 3 months, and my system is looking across all of my information, and then I can now see that these clients are having problems with their cash flow. So what greater opportunity to use cash flow forecasting than doing it with them? And that's how it creates the engine for you to spot opportunities, but also to manage risks. Here's ones that's showing you all your directors' loans above the threshold, and so also enabling you to manage your risks. So opportunity and risk management for the future, as we think is the evolution of the business model for accounting firms.
Really well delivered. We're out of time, I'm afraid. Brilliant session.
Thank you.
Really nice overview into Silverfin. I'm hearing some really good things across the accountants that we know about Silverfin. Some are really excited by it. So congratulations, really good session. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand over to Ollie Cummings from Capitalise.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Ollie. If you want to share your screen, I'll hold on till you,
sure.
You get that up. Awesome. Cheers, Ollie.
How's that? All good?
Yeah, we've got it.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. Hi, I'm Ollie Cummings, Commercial Director at Capitalise. Thank you, Dan, for inviting us to this great event. It's been pretty interesting watching everyone go through everything quite so quickly. As I've last, I thought I'd go kind of a little bit high level, try and get some kind of view what we can do next. Really interesting. Everyone's been showing exactly what to do to get the numbers and how to present the numbers. And realistically at Capitalise, we can help you do what you've now got the numbers and you understand what to do with the numbers. So Capitalise.com is an advisory platform for accountants and other trusted advisors to raise, recover, and monitor your capital needs. And why capital? Because capital fuels ambition. So just sit back and imagine a world where you can raise, recover, and monitor capital for your clients. A business should focus on building revenue and making that revenue profitable and getting that into stat accounts and showing that they performed well. But to build that and to create that ambition, that business also needs capital. And building a business with no equity is not possible, nor is it in growing one. You know, capital advisory is needed, and accountants really are well placed to do that. You're the all-round trusted advisor, you're proactive, you help them ensure that the clients are financially stable, and you help them forecast where they go. And all these products you've seen before today mean that you have a great way of knowing exactly where your clients are and where their vision's going. And then you can help them with the capital that they need. So cash is king, obviously, and ultimately that means that they need cash to follow their dreams and desires. And even this time at the moment, many businesses are just in survival mode. And right now, finding capital from many sources is key to prepare for what's going to happen next. So as a funding platform, we've raised over 250 million already for accountants from 3,000 accountants and across 100 lenders. But we're not just lending. We have capital advisory products ranging from secured and property, bank lending, alternative lending, Corona business support lending, grants, debt recovery, and dispute management. So going onto a platform, we are an integrated end-to-end, meaning that you can run a search for your clients the whole way through to underwriting. Funding has changed a lot in the last 3 months. It's completely changed, and let alone in the last 10 years. Previously, before COVID-19, we had the highest drawdown rates across most of our lenders. And now with COVID-19, we've already had one high street bank tell us that of 1,000 introducers that they've had, we have the best drawdown rates by 40% larger than the second best. So all this knowledge is available to you as a platform. And within this, it's a full service. You've got funding specialists. We've got someone a person in the team who's an expert in each level of funding, the secured and unsecured. You've got recovery specialists to help you recover your cash. And everyone is account managed with a strong relationship with someone in the firm. And so we can help you in a tried and tested method to get and firm up and build funding within your practice as quickly as possible. So as a marketplace, we cover 100 plus lending providers. That includes property, secured lending, invoice finance, merchant cash advance, asset finance, and unsecured and working capital lending. And in all of that pool, that starts with the high street banks, all the way to the independents and also fintechs as well. So it really does mean that we've got everything that you need as far from the funding side, particularly. And with a single application, as you look at our platform here, you can get responses cloud enabled through the questionnaire from a selection for the solutions for your client. You can have a profile view to optimize all the information from the lenders. You can compare offers. You can see the end-to-end flow, and that's all managed by a member of our team. So within our system, you can get cloud-enabled instant offers from 10 lenders, but this is also managed alongside complex structured property deals and all other types of lending. Because it really is important to make sure that your client makes the right choice, not the fastest choice. So we help accountants build this funding expertise within their firm. So we can also help you see clients differently. We can help monitor your clients. You can discover and optimize the balance sheets of your clients. From cloud integrations, we can monitor and track the capital positions of your client. But we don't just track it, we can then show you how to enhance it and proactively help your clients improve their capital positions. And on the flip side, we can also discover when things change in your clients through the cloud integrations, and we can see when things change in the market. And we can promote that all to you, to your service, so you can tell what's happening within your client. And then on the you can go onto the App Store and Google Play, and you can download our app, and you can do everything through our app. And you know, if we come back to us, we can take a bit more time, take you all through the app and put in the product in greater detail, and you can see exactly how you can use it and track that for your clients. So it's not just learning the funding, it's all about training and online learning. We have a dedicated team with in-house and webinar-based training. Obviously, it's all happening within webinars at the moment, and we can help implement this within your firm. We've got 2 online courses, Core to get you started, and then the Advisor course to deepen that knowledge. And this is all CBD accredited. So we also help your team with content and marketing. You can access our newsletters, our generated content, help you with client webinars, and also look at lunch and learns to promote the knowledge within your firm. So in addition to that, what we've discovered, and particularly in the moment as we are right now within COVID-19, that there's 40+ billion of late payments, and that affects 96% of SMEs. But what we didn't know is that 89% of businesses will just write debt off after a failed credit control. So they'll use automated credit, they'll use emails, all kinds of things, but ultimately they will have commercial discussions and then decide to write the debt off. This is because of high court costs involved with lawyers, financial risks, and the potential time sink of the processes. The system's defendant bias, and this affects all the SMEs. So we've also now launched Capitalise Recovery, which changes the dynamic and puts the SME into the driver's seat. It does that with no upfront costs, no financial risk, and a fast process to return the SME's rightful capital. So with a team of experts, aligned interests for you, it's a no-win, no-fee process. And what's really interesting is it's not just what's now, what's late paid at the moment. We can actually help recover all debts that your clients have written off over the last 3 years. So we're on a nice surprise right now to get a capital injection from a debt that you recovered off, you wrote off 2 years ago. So as we say, it's before your clients write off debt, recover it. And that's a really interesting time to have a good advisory conversation with your clients, because you really can go in and see if there's any capital that can be generated from their historic debtor book.
Hey, Ollie, great job, buddy.
Cool.
Really.
Just quickly, just say that if you want to know more, please click on capitalise.com, book a consultancy. As you can see, there's a lot behind our platform. It's very hard to do it in 7 minutes, and would love to take you into more depth.
Great job, Ollie. I think that's the first thing that I'll say kind of on the follow-up of all of this. It's really difficult to get such big products across in 7 minutes. I think all the speakers today have done such a great job. So thank you all so much. Thank you all for being with us. I hope you've found this afternoon useful. Capitalise, Ollie, yeah, really great platform, such a cool platform. Clients need finance, also support for growth or to plug cash flow gaps. You guys can review the marketplace in a short amount of time. So yeah, really cool product. What I'm going to do now, before we all shoot off for lunch, is I'm quickly going to run a poll. If you would like to hear from anybody from this afternoon's session, please just click on the company name and we will make sure that they reach out to you. It's been a really insightful morning. Thanks to Lee, Marcus, Mark, Lorinus, Sam, Alice, Stephen, Anthony, Cameron and Ollie for your time this morning, guys. Really good session. I actually think this is a really nice format and a nice way to get some quick insights into some really cool products. I'd be delighted to hear anybody's feedback. So if anybody, feel free to message me on LinkedIn. Would love to know how you guys have found this session today, if it's been of any use, and hopefully it has. But yeah, we welcome any feedback, both positive or not so. So please feel free to link in, connect with me on LinkedIn, and feel free to send me a message. So I'm just waiting for these kind of poll results to come in. Thank you all this morning. Really appreciate your time. Just one last one from me. We are launching Digital Accountancy Week from the 12th to the 16th of October, which is a series of 5 summits across the week, ranging from a technology conference focusing on the top 100 firms through to Advisory Live, which is an event focused on helping firms move more into that advisory space and how we ultimately deliver that type of service. We have the Small Firms Festival, which is a technology and digital marketing summit for small firms. We have the App Advisory Summit, which is a virtual conference aimed at accountants that want to deliver more app advisory and technology advisory services to their clients and how to commercialize that area of the business. And we are also running our Digital Transformation Forum, which is aimed at small, medium, large size accountancy firms. Anybody that's going through a period of change or transformation. We're not looking at just the software, but how we evolve our practices and our services that we're delivering to clients to make sure that we're competitive for the future. So that's it from me. Thank you everyone for your time this afternoon, and have a great day, stay safe, and we'll catch up with you all soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.